Here are the headlines moving markets today. A number of companies have announced their financial results today. MedMen reported a quarterly revenue of $36.6 million with a quarterly net loss of $63.1 million and cash and equivalents of $21.8 million. Green Growth Brands reported a quarterly revenue of $5.6 million with a net loss of $15.4 million and cash and equivalents of $33.6 million. Cresco Labs reported a quarterly revenue of $21.1 million with a net loss of $7.6 million and cash and equivalents of $106.1. Indus Holdings reported a quarterly revenue of $6.4 million with a net loss of $4.9 million and cash and equivalents of $2.7 million. IONIC Brands reported a quarterly revenue of $2 million with a net loss of $8.7 million and cash and equivalents of $2.5 million. MJardin Group reported a quarterly revenue of $10.8 million Canadian dollars with a net loss of $10.2 million and cash and equivalents of $19.2 million. VIVO Cannabis reported a quarterly revenue of $5.1 million with a net loss of $5 million and cash and equivalents of $68.4 million. Invictus MD Strategies Corp reported a 2019 revenue of $4.7 million with a net loss of $35.7 million and cash and equivalents of $9.8 million. Rapid Dose Therapeutics reported a net loss in 2019 of $11.4 million with cash and equivalents of $1.3 million, and FluroTech Limited reported a net loss of 843,000 Canadian dollars with cash and equivalents of $5.1 million. Dixie Brands Inc. issued a statement about the passage into law of Colorado's bipartisan bill providing greater investment flexibility in marijuana businesses. The company also intends to explore opportunities to expand investment in Denver-based cannabis operations once the law is fully in place. MJardin Group Inc. announced that the company has agreed with its senior lender to amend certain terms associated with its borrowing obligations. The agreement provides a revised maturity of MJardin's senior debt to April 2021 and removes the callable nature of the loan. In addition, the senior lender has agreed to provide up to 20 million Canadian dollars in additional borrowings. Trulieve Cannabis Corp announced that the company has acquired 84.97 acres of land in Jefferson County, Florida, which will be used to construct a 750,000 square foot indoor growing facility. The facility will be constructed in phases and will be largely automated. Its proximity to Trulieve's production facility in Midway, Florida, will allow for convenient transport for processing of the product. Evenco Incorporated announced that its wholly owned subsidiary, Natural Medco Limited, has entered into a second binding, non-exclusive supply agreement for the sale of dried cannabis to a German importer and distributor. The supply agreement is for an initial term of 3 years and is automatically renewable for the 2 subsequent 2-year terms. The German distributor has agreed to purchase 500 kilograms of dried cannabis per month for the first 2 months, and a minimum of 1,000 kilograms with a maximum of 5,000 kilograms per month for the next 22 months. The company expects to commence shipment subsequent to the anticipated second quarter 2019 completion of its 780,000 square foot greenhouse expansion, and the anticipated subsequent approval thereof by Health Canada. Wayland Group has announced that the company has completed a transaction relating to the sale of 49.9% interest in Maracan BV to ICC International Cannabis Corp. Wayland now beneficially owns approximately 246.6 million shares of ICC, representing approximately 37% of the outstanding ICC shares following closing on a fully diluted basis. Tetra Bio-Pharma Inc. will present key findings from its 3 Phase 1 and its Phase 2 cancer and non-cancer investigational trials with CBD before the Food and Drug Administration on Friday, May 31st, 2019. The goal of the hearing is to obtain additional scientific data and other information related to cannabis and cannabis-derived compounds to inform the FDA's regulatory oversight of these products. Body and Mind Inc. and Australis Capital Inc. announced that Australis executed 12.8 million common share purchase warrants of the company at an exercise price of 50 cents Canadian for gross proceeds of 6.4 million Canadian dollars. Upon exercise, Australis received 12.8 million common shares of the company. The warrants were issued to Australis pursuant to an investment agreement entered into between the company and Australis dated October 30th, 2018. OTC Markets Group Inc. announced that Kushco Holdings Inc. has qualified to trade on the OTCQX Best Market. Kushco Holdings Inc. upgraded to the OTCQX from the OTCQB Venture Market. Trulieve Holdings Inc. announced that it has completed the acquisition of the Emerald Dispensary in Gilbert, Arizona, whose license is held by Absolute Healthcare Inc., an Arizona non-profit corporation. The dispensary is expected to be rebranded as Trulieve over the next month. And that's your news for today.